Right then, hello and welcome to Max Power Racing, also known as C3 Racing in Europe or Car Constructors Championship, and in America it was known as TNN Motorsport Hardcore TR. Yes, that just rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it? Yeah, this game was a tie-in to the very popular magazine Max Power in the United Kingdom. Max Power magazine basically shows local people with souped-up cars and scantily clad women. I'll throw up a couple of covers on the screen for you. But yeah, this game was a tie-in to the brand, and it was a fairly good game, but like you Technics games, there were a few issues with handling and controlling the cars, a bit floaty here and there. But yeah, you have two modes. You have arcade mode and championship mode. Championship mode is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a number of races, and you gain points through each race. Arcade mode is slightly different. You have different areas of the map. You have 3 races in each area, and the more areas you win, the more you unlock. So to start with, you're only given 2 venues. You got Africa and you have Peru. We'll get into that in just a moment. I'm just going to quickly go to the options, change the volume down just a wee bit because I'm not very sure if the music is copyrighted, so I just want to play it safe, turn the music down just a tad. So yeah, we're going to get started then. Arcade mode. Coincidentally, Max Power magazine is no longer around. It had a run from 1993 until 2011. They did go online for a while, but then the website is no longer available. It just takes you to a basic generic car magazine website. So yeah, I used to read Max Power magazine all the bloody time. I just liked the cars. It was really, really good. So to start with then, we're going to do arcade mode. We're going to start with Africa for the first venue. Now, some of the cars that are in this game as well were in the actual magazine. There is one car called Max Power Project. It was a Ford Escort, but it was bright pink, and you do actually unlock that car later on in the championships. But to start with, though, you're only given 2 cars. You got a Nissan Micra and a Renault Clio 1.6 RXE. And that is it. You can't unlock any others until you progress through the championships and so on. I always pick the little Nissan Micra because I do like the Micra. I like small cars in general, like the Mini Cooper, the Fiat 126, which is actually my dream car because of how small it is. The Auto Bianchi, what was it, A112? That's another favourite. I had a little toy car of that. So yeah, you can't change the colour of the cars. The car colour is fixed, sadly. But I'm just going to keep it as automatic as well. And we'll jump straight in to race number 1. And here we go then. This is the lovely screen you're given, which is quite nice. You know, it's not like a full-on just black menu with a load of options, but it actually does give you a look of the car. You can either change the car setup, test the car, even take or change the picture style if you want. But no, I'm not going to worry about any of that. Just going to go straight into the race. Now, unlike the American version, the tracks change, as with every other Technics game like Total Driving. The more in-depth you go into the championships, the different the track layouts are. Certain barriers are removed for pitfalls and flying into lakes. Now, the difference between the European English and the American version is that the European and English version, you retired from the race, including the AI, if you fall off the track and go into the water. In the American version, there are a lot of stark differences. For one, the track venues are not worldwide. They're all based in the United States. The cars are completely different. They're all trucks and truck brands. And if you go into the water, your car doesn't retire. It just puts you back onto the track. It resets your car for you. So it makes it a little bit easier. I do have TNN Motorsport Hardcore TR on Steam. I bought it ages ago. So once I'm done with this series, I will gladly do the American version of this game. I don't know, I haven't actually played too much of it actually. There is a few frame rate issues because it is literally a direct mod or an emulation of the PlayStation version. And it does look a bit weird, and the frame rate is a bit janky, so yeah, that is a bit of a problem as well. But I'll see how it goes anyway. But yeah, I mean, I used to play, my god, this was one of my go-to games back in the day. I used to have a little selection, Destruction Derby, this game, Gran Turismo, Rallycross, Demolition Racer, and a few others. Oh, where am I going? Couldn't even see the bloody track there. But yeah, these were my go-to games back then, and this one does get progressively harder the further you get into the game. But not as hard as Total Driving. I've decided, for the time being, to scrap that series. I've already removed videos of it, I wasn't happy with it. And yeah, I've decided just to scrap it completely, because I wasn't really getting any enjoyment out of it. And the other races from Hong Kong, I think it was, Hong Kong series, the series of races there, they were just too bloody difficult. And I remember when I used to play that game back in the day, that game was, you know, you would tear your hair out to how difficult it was. And yeah, the AI on that one are just very unfair, it's not very fun. So I decided for the time being I'm going to scrap that series. Not a lot of people were getting into it anyway, and I can completely understand why. It's a very hit and miss game. You either like it, it's a bit like Marmite, you either like it or you hate it. So, but yeah, I will come back to that at a later time, but for now, this is a lot more friendlier game to the senses, I would say. It's not as difficult, it's not as frustrating or unfair, so yeah, why not? Also like to say as well, again, thank you for your patience. I mean, the uploads are going to be very scattered until everything is back up and running at 100% efficiency. The hard drive is still being a massive pain in the arse, and the render times are just going up and up and up, and there's nothing I can really do about that. So yeah, they're going to be very periodic uploads. They won't be the days that I usually schedule them for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They'll be, you know, either here or there. But yeah, there we go. We win race number 1. Very easy to start with, and you're given a lovely little replay as well, so you can see your progress and see how well you did. The cars do get damaged, but they don't affect any of the aerodynamics. Well, I don't think the Nissan Micra's got aerodynamics, to be honest, unless the windscreen wipers are counted as aerodynamic, I don't know. But yeah, they don't decrease the performance of the car, they don't damage your handling or your engine. It's just purely cosmetic damage to make the car look a bit more wonkier than usual. So yeah, there we go, that was race number 1, and we'll get on then to race 2. Once again in Africa. Like I said, there's 3 stages per area or country or continent or whatever you want to say. So yeah, we'll blitz through that fairly quickly. Thank you very much. We don't want to... Oh, actually, do we want to change car? I don't think we've actually unlocked anything else, have we? No. We'll have a look at the Clio. Why not? And we'll go on to the next race. And we're at Africa Track 2. Lovely. Right, off we go then. And here we go, this is our lovely little Clio. Even on the thumbnail of the race, it shows sunset conditions, and it's actually sunnier than it was in race number 1. So work that out, because I bloody well can't. There's a Skoda Octavia, there's a Peugeot 306, or 206? 306. There's so many 06s in the Peugeot family, it's hard to keep track of them. That is a Renault Megane we just went past. There is... Oh, that's a 306, isn't it? Yeah, so we just passed a Peugeot 206. There's a 306. What car is currently leading? Let's have a look. And again, these races very simple. That is a Nissan Almera, I do believe. I think it is anyway. Funnily enough, the Nissan Almera is in V-Rally. So there you go. So the Almera is getting some love. Might actually try it at some point as well. The views, there's only a selection of views, unlike just 2 in Total Driving. They actually give you a few more. You got the further back chase cam, you got in-cam, or in-cam, in-car, and then you got that view again. I usually just stick on this view, because the in-car is a bit too low down. And yeah, you can see like the grind morphing from the Z buffer, or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with this view. The car does get dirty as well. You can see on the lower bumper the mud that is sprayed on the side. So yeah, this game, like I said, this is very, very easy to start with. It does get harder as you go through the championships, but for now, it's nice and simple. You can also reset the car as well, so if you so happen to be as unlucky as to go off the side of the track and fall off a cliff, you can just reset the car with the circle button, which is nice. And another thing that I liked about this game as well is that during the nighttime stages, you can actually put your headlights on full beam, which is cool, so you can actually see more of the track. It doesn't blind the other drivers though, unfortunately, so you don't blind them in their rear view mirror and take the lead. But yeah, it's good. They actually did put a lot of... oh, there goes my window. They actually did put quite a bit of effort into this game. And it's not a large game either. It's fairly short. You can complete this game within, I would say, 2 to 3 hours. Maybe even less if you win every race and you don't have to restart. But this gave me hell though. Later on, when you unlock the bigger, faster machines like the Ford and so on, yeah, some of the later tracks, they just cause you so much headache. And the snow physics as well. There's a few snow circuits, and yeah, they are pretty damn nasty. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. Should be coming up anyway to the end of the race. This is on the final straight. And again, of course, you go over a bump, and as with the Technics games, you do get a bit of the wishy-washy, floaty controls where the car just doesn't want to behave. And there we go, race 1 for race 2. And yeah, we won by 12 seconds. So lovely. Right, let's get on then to the final race. And here we go then. I think we're going to go back to the good old... Oh, we got a new car available as well. So let's have a look. It is the good old Skoda Octavia. Anything else? Nope. Yeah, we're going to try the Octavia then. Why not? Right, next race. And it's track 3. I think that's it, innit? Yeah, just track 3. Yeah, let's have a look at car stats. Now, you can actually look at the car stats. 118 miles an hour top speed, 0 to 60 in a whopping 10.2 seconds. Holy crap. 125 brake horsepower, front wheel drive. Lovely. Another thing I liked about this as well is that you can turn the rear view mirror on or off. Yeah, I think... Does that turn it on? I don't know. We're going to leave it as normal. And some games are, when they're ported from, say, America or just ported to Europe in general, is that most of the speed is in kilometers an hour. Of course, the United Kingdom doesn't have kilometers. We have miles an hour. So they actually give you an option to change it either to kilometers or miles per hour, which is bloody awesome. Not even Gran Turismo has that. So, yeah, brownie points for this game for that little attention to detail. Cool then. Right, track number 3. Ooh, and it's nighttime. Awesome. Now, if you press up on the D-pad, see, you can turn your lights off. You've got normal beam, you've got high beam, which is a bit odd. Or turn your lights off completely. No, I'm not going to race with my lights off because that would just be suicide. But yeah, this is our lovely Skoda. Skodas are okay. I do like the Octavia. My nan used to have a Skoda Estelle. That's going back some, but yeah, I don't know, Skodas just, back then, they looked, you know, they actually had a bit of character to them. Like most cars did back then, you could actually distinguish what car brand was from one or another. Nowadays, they all look the same, and you can barely make out what is what. Ford Fiestas and Ford Focuses look the same, and the Renaults look similar, they have the same body style. There you go, just slide it around the outside, crash into the barrier, and there you go, there's the old mirror. Come back here. I think I turned the music down a little bit too much. It's still in the background, you can just about hear it, but yeah, I would rather be safe rather than get a copyright strike, in case it is copyrighted music, and it's something I want to avoid because, you know, the content ID matches on YouTube at the moment seem to have a mind of their own. They tend to give you a claim even if you're using, you know, I don't know the term. Excuse me, my throat is a bit dry. As is everything else at the moment. Bloody heat wave. It's like 10 o'clock at night and it's still 30 degrees. Oh, going off the cliff. Oh, and I just about replaced the car. Bloody hell. That would have been game over if we'd have gone into the drink, and I would have had to done this stage again. So thankfully, they give you that little option to replace the car. It doesn't do it straight away though, so it sort of like gives you a bit of a squeaky bum moment when you're trying to get the car back on track, and it's like, no, we're not going to do it just yet. We're going to let you wait until right near the end. Right. Not doing as good on this one. Of course, nighttime stages are a bit more difficult in general because you can't see where the hell you're going. And the track does change layout. As you can see, we're not going right, we're going straight on. There's the old Peugeot. You can knock them into the water as well, and they can retire from the race. So that is always fun to do. Even if you're a couple of laps down and they've won the race already, you just knock them off into the water and you can actually get a cheap win. I'm not going to do that, as tempting as that might be. I'm just going to play normally. Oh, floaty controls. Bloody hell, come on. Right, there we go. Full beam. I don't know if that's full beam or not. It seems a bit... You're just moving the headlights a bit higher up. I don't know. Answers on a postcard, please. There's the Almira. Can I push him out of the way? No. Almost. One thing about this game I will mention is that all the cars have similar engine sounds. You don't really get any different variations of a beefier engine or anything like that. It's purely the same generic engine noise. Come on, get out of the bloody way, you pillock. Oh, and again, off, sliding off. God, that Almira really doesn't want us to win, does he? Trying to be careful. Right. So I don't want to go off the circuit. Come on, get out the bloody way. Thank you. Ah. Come on. Oh, I think we've lost the race. Son of a bitch. Well, unfortunately, when you lose a race, it doesn't say you've completed that last event, so you have to go through it again, and then you can unlock other areas. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through that again, win the event, and get the next slot of events unlocked. So I'll see you in just a mo. And there we go. Didn't take long, only took another attempt, but we finally get the victory, and we win by 0.1 kilometers. Yeah, unfortunately, you can change the speedometer to either miles or kilometers an hour, but the distance the other cars are behind you always stays in kilometers, so it's a bit strange. But anyway, we got the race done, so that is Peru. That is Africa sorted. The other one that we had was Peru. So yeah, there we go. Let's have a look, and we can go to next race. But that would just give us another area that we've unlocked. So that is Africa complete. Now we have Indonesia we've just unlocked. But next time we're going to go to Peru, do those circuits, and then we're going to go to the one that we just unlocked, Indonesia, thereafter, and do them in order of how we unlock them. So yeah, that is it for the first episode of Max Power Racing. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you next time. So once again, thanks for your patience with the weird sporadic uploads at the moment. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you then.